old hag! You're not seriously planning on showing up at the wedding, are you? You must understand by now that both Dad and I hate you, right? It's truly pathetic that you can't grasp such a simple concept. Do you lack self-awareness entirely? It's utterly transparent how unwanted you are, yet you persist in hovering like a persistent, unwelcome shadow. Honestly, your presence would be an insult, a stain on what's supposed to be a joyous occasion. We've made it perfectly clear repeatedly that you are not and will never be welcome, so just grasp the obvious and stay away. Your absence is the only gift we desire from you. Lucy, that's enough! Stop this immediately! Your attitude is incredibly childish. You're 23 years old now, not a rebellious teenager. When are you going to grow up and act your age? This incessant negativity, this unfounded hostility, it serves no one. It only creates unnecessary friction and distress. I understand you may dislike me, but a wedding is a sacred ceremony, a significant event that symbolizes the connection between families, not just individuals. It's about more than just personal feelings. It's about respect for tradition, for the sanctity of the occasion. Your current tone is entirely inappropriate and frankly quite disrespectful. Don't you think it would be better not to speak that way? Family? I don't consider you family at all. In fact, you're always busy with work, so you probably don't even care about me, do you? You're obsessed with that old inn, constantly working, sacrificing everything. But what's the point of all that effort when, in the end, it's just Dad's inn? It's his legacy, his name on the deed, his ultimate possession. Your relentless toil seems utterly futile in that context. It's like you're constantly running on a treadmill, expending energy, but never actually moving forward in any meaningful way that benefits me or Dad. All your sacrifices, all your endless hours, they just serve to prop up something that isn't even truly yours to begin with. It's pathetic, honestly. You slave away, and for what? For someone else's glory? It makes no sense to me. Your priorities are completely skewed. You might think you're indispensable, but the truth is, you're merely a cog in a machine that Dad built and controls. It's precisely because your father isn't putting in the effort that I am, Lucy. Someone has to keep this business afloat to ensure our future, and clearly he's not up to the task. I thought you would have understood that by now, but it seems you still have no idea what's really going on. I've been tirelessly working, not for myself, but for the stability of this family, for the very roof over your head. Your father has grown complacent, content to let things stagnate while I pour my heart and soul into maintaining what our ancestors built. This isn't just Dad's inn, it's a legacy, a responsibility that someone has to uphold with diligence and foresight, and when your father chooses to shirk that duty, it falls to me. But I suppose you'll come to understand it eventually. The truth has a way of revealing itself, doesn't it? Perhaps when you face the harsh realities of life, you'll see the full picture. What are you even talking about? You're the one who doesn't understand, aren't you? I know all about it. Your true colors. Don't try to deny it. I'm not blind. I've seen enough to piece it all together. What are you referring to? True colors? What nonsense are you spouting now? You can't do anything without Dad, can you? You're utterly dependent on him, yet you're hurting him, aren't you? Causing him endless grief and stress. You're a parasite, feeding off his success while secretly undermining him. I wish you would just disappear from my life and from Dad's life permanently. Your existence is a constant source of negativity and conflict, and we'd all be better off without your meddling presence. I don't understand what you're implying, but I suggest you be careful with your words. Careless remarks often lead to trouble, Lucy. You're speaking about things you clearly don't comprehend, fueled by assumptions and perhaps misinformation. Such reckless accusations can have serious repercussions, far beyond what you might imagine. It's not a game, and words once spoken cannot be unsaid. So, think before you speak, especially when you're making such grave allegations against your own mother. It's better to have no mother at all than to have one like you, and just so you know, Toa hates you too. Todd, my fiancé, he sees through you just like I do. He understands how truly awful you are. He agrees with me on this completely. You're an embarrassment to our family, and he wants nothing to do with you. So don't even think for a second that you have any allies left. You're completely alone in this. Todd? You mean your fiancé? How could he possibly hate me, as you so crudely put it? You've barely introduced us, and our interactions have been nothing but polite. Have you been filling his head with baseless accusations about me, Lucy? Are you actively trying to poison his opinion of me, even before he truly gets to know me? It speaks volumes about your character that you would stoop to such tactics, fabricating animosity where none exists. Yes, Todd. Todd is on my side, of course. He's smart, unlike you. He knows what's what. Of course, he won't inherit a shabby inn like ours. His family runs a company, you know, so he's not going to be tied down to this old, struggling business. He has bigger ambitions, a more prosperous future, and he's not going to let you or this inn drag him down. He's seen how you operate, how you cling to this place, and he wants no part of it. He's looking for upward mobility, not a decrepit relic of the past. He values ambition and success, things you clearly don't understand. I know, Darcy Industries, right? I'm quite aware of that. In fact, I'm well informed about the Darcy family and their business. It's part of my duty to be aware of the families that will be connected to ours through marriage. It's my responsibility to know these things, to ensure the well-being of our family and our business relationships. I've been doing my due diligence, precisely because I care about your future, even if you refuse to acknowledge it. Ah, that's creepy. You're unnecessarily investigating me, aren't you? Why are you digging into my life, gathering information about my future in-laws? It's intrusive, and frankly, it makes me feel uncomfortable. What possible reason could you have for scrutinizing every detail of my personal connections? I'm not investigating you, Lucy. I just know his parents, that's all. We've had prior dealings, professional dealings. It's simply a matter of knowing the people we're entering into a family alliance with. It's called being responsible, not creepy. You're like a stalker. Are you even listening to me, Mom? You're always hovering, always prying, always trying to control every aspect of my life. It's suffocating. I'm an adult now, and I deserve some privacy, some autonomy. This isn't a game, Mom. This is my life, my wedding, and my future. Lucy, you need to stop this. I've always done what was necessary for you, even though you disliked me. I've supported you, provided for you, and sacrificed for you, despite your constant animosity. I don't understand how you became so twisted. What happened to the sweet child I raised? I honestly can't comprehend what led you to this point, to harbor such bitterness and disdain. Don't you think we should try to mend our relationship, especially with your marriage approaching? This is a new chapter, an opportunity for a fresh start, for healing old wounds. Wouldn't that be best for everyone in the family, for all of us to move forward with a semblance of peace and understanding? Just stay away from the wedding, all right? I don't consider you family, so think about what you're saying a little. You're not welcome, plain and simple. Your presence would ruin everything. This is my day, my moment, and I want it to be perfect, free from your negativity. So for once, show some consideration and just disappear. Brent, about Lucy's wedding, I was thinking we should attend together as a couple, you know, for appearances, for our daughter. When you come home that day, at least for that one day, wouldn't it be better if we attended together? It would present a united front, a picture of a cohesive family. It's about projecting an image of stability and happiness, even if it's just for show. Don't you think that's the least we can do for her on such a significant day?
Ha! Of course I'm going by myself. Do you think I'd do something so embarrassing as to stand next to you and attend? The very thought is absurd. It would be a public humiliation, a stark reminder of our strained relationship. My reputation, my standing, everything would be compromised if I were to be seen walking beside you.
We're husband and wife, you know that, right? Or have you forgotten the vows we exchanged, the commitment we made? The world knows we're married, and for you to attend separately would raise questions, invite whispers.
But my pride won't allow it. I can't walk side by side with a woman like you. It's impossible. The mere thought fills me with dread, with a sense of utter mortification. It would be a public confession of my regrets, my failures, and I refuse to expose myself to that kind of scrutiny, that kind of judgment. My reputation is paramount, and being seen with you would tarnish it irrevocably.
That's too much. That's simply too cruel. You barely come home these days, do you? And you've been neglecting your work, just going wherever you please. You've been gallivanting around, spending our family's assets, haven't you? Please stop squandering our wealth. It's a disgrace. You're living a life of leisure, indulging your whims, while I'm here trying to manage everything, trying to keep our family afloat. Where are you even going when you're not here? What are you doing with all that money?
See, you just open your mouth and all you do is complain, don't you? Always nagging, always criticizing, never a kind word. If you want to complain so much, just talk to yourself. You're a lonely old hag, hated by me, by our daughter, and by our daughter's husband. Your constant negativity, your endless grievances, they push everyone away. So don't expect sympathy or understanding from me. You've brought this upon yourself.
If that's what you truly believe, then I understand. I have my own plans now. I'll see you at the wedding. And trust me, you won't like what you see. You've pushed me to this point, Brent, and now you'll face the consequences of your actions. You actually came! Seriously, you actually showed up. A miserable old hag hated by her own daughter. What a pathetic sight. You have no shame, do you? No dignity whatsoever. To intrude on such an important day, a day meant for joy and celebration, with your unwelcome presence, it's beyond audacious. You are a constant source of embarrassment, and now you're bringing that disgrace to my wedding. Your behavior is completely unacceptable, especially on such a public and important occasion. You're speaking to me with such venom, such blatant disrespect in front of all these people. If you apologize immediately, I might reconsider my actions. I might, just might be willing to overlook this public affront. But my patience is wearing thin, and I'm warning you, there are consequences to such brazen disrespect. This is your last chance to rectify your insolence. Apologize? Why should I apologize? You just crashed the wedding uninvited, didn't you? I didn't invite you, so it's your fault for showing up. You're the one who is out of line, disrupting my special date with your unwanted presence. I made it clear you weren't welcome, yet you disregarded my wishes completely. Your audacity is truly astounding. Why would I ever apologize to someone who shows such disregard for my boundaries? So, you're not going to apologize, are you? You're truly saying you want me to leave, aren't you? You're completely dismissing me, pushing me away even now. You understand what you're asking for, don't you? The final severing of all ties. Both he and Dad and I all hate you, so we ignored you. How does it feel to be ignored by everyone at your daughter's wedding? It must be quite miserable, wouldn't you say? To be so utterly cast aside, to be treated as if you don't even exist. It's what you deserve, really. You've earned this isolation. I'm going home now. Yay! Now Dad and I are free. Just disappear quickly and never show your face in front of us again. You've served your purpose, which was apparently to be an obstacle, and now you're no longer needed. Don't ever darken our doorstep again. Your presence is a curse, and your absence will be a blessing. So good riddance. Are you really sure about this? You won't regret it. This is a final decision, a point of no return. Once I leave, there's no coming back from this. Are you truly prepared to live with the consequences of this irreversible choice? Because I assure you, there will be consequences, far-reaching and profound. Huh? You're being persistent. This is my wedding, you know. If you keep interfering, I'll call security. I'm serious. Don't push me, old hag. I've already told you to leave, and you're still standing there making a scene. You're ruining everything. Absolutely everything. Get out now, or I swear I will have you forcibly removed. That means you don't want to be family with me, doesn't it? You've made your intentions perfectly clear. Fine, I've reached my limit as well. If you end up regretting this, it'll be your own responsibility. Don't come crying to me when things inevitably fall apart. This is your choice, your consequence. Well then, enjoy your wedding. That is, if it can continue. And believe me, it won't. What are you doing? Where are you? You need to answer your phone. I'm in a bind. What's going on? Yes, I already went home. You told me to go home, didn't you? You ignored me and coldly cursed me. You're the one who said you wanted me gone, and now that I've actually left, you're calling me so distraught? What exactly is your intention? What did you expect would happen? Did you truly think I would just vanish into thin air, leaving no ripples? That's incredibly naive, even for you. Todd's father is furious, and I don't understand what's happening. The wedding can't even continue. It's been interrupted. Dad and I are in a panic. The entire event has ground to a halt, and everyone is looking at us like we're complete fools. This is a disaster. Well, of course, Mr. Darcy and I have a business connection. Did you honestly think that my presence, or lack thereof, would have no bearing on anything? You seem to forget that the world extends beyond your immediate desires. Business relationships are built on trust and respect, something you seem to know nothing about. What? Business? What kind of business? What are you even talking about? You've never mentioned any business with the Darcys before. You're always so secretive, always holding back information, always manipulating things from behind the scenes. Just tell me straight, what is going on? All right, I'll ask you this, just in case. Why did you and your father ignore me today? I'm giving you an opportunity to explain yourselves, to offer some justification for your incredibly rude and baffling behavior. Don't think for a second that I'm oblivious to what transpired. I merely seek to understand the motivation behind it, if there is any rational one. You know the answer to that better than anyone, don't you? It's your fault, Mom. You're the reason. You were cheating, weren't you? That's why Dad was tired of your behavior and wanted to introduce us to a new partner. That's why we decided not to invite you to the wedding. He said you were constantly stepping out, pursuing your own selfish desires, neglecting your responsibilities to us. He painted a picture of a wife who had grown distant, disloyal, and unfaithful. He told me he was tired of your constant betrayals, your secret life, your disregard for our family unit. He said he found someone new, someone who would truly appreciate him, who would bring joy and stability back into our lives. And that's why he wanted to introduce her at the wedding. But then you showed up, and it became a complete mess. Everything got complicated because of your stubborn refusal to stay away. Is that so? So you were dancing to his lies, weren't you? You truly believed every fabricated word that spewed from his manipulative mouth, didn't you? Lies? What lies? What are you talking about? Dad would never lie to me. He's my father. I'll tell you clearly, he was the one who was cheating. Your father, your beloved, honest father, was the one engaged in infidelity. And the new partner he wanted to introduce? That's his mistress. The woman he's been secretly seeing, spending our family's money on, all while pretending to be a devoted husband and father. And he had the audacity to try to announce his new life, his illegitimate relationship at your wedding, before our divorce was even finalized. It's nothing short of insane. He's completely out of his mind. What are you talking about? You're saying he was the one cheating, not you? That's impossible. He's always so busy with the inn's management, working constantly. He's a workaholic, Mom. He dedicates every waking hour to that old building. There's no space in his life for anything else, let alone a secret affair. Where would I find the time? I think it's more likely that your father, who has too much free time on his hands and is always out playing around, is the one who has the time for such things. He's the one with the leisure, the disposable income, and the inclination to engage in such reckless behavior. So, who do you think is more likely to be involved in a clandestine affair? The one diligently working, or the one constantly seeking amusement outside of our home? So, Dad was lying? He lied to me? To his own daughter? My perception of him, built on years of trust and admiration, is completely shattered. He manipulated your trust, your innocence, to create a smokescreen for his own deplorable actions. But now, I've decided to cut ties with both you and him. I'll be asking him to take his belongings and leave. And if you too end up divorcing your fiancé because of this, just know that you won't have a place to come back to either. Why would Dad have to leave? It's his inn, isn't it? His family business. No, on paper, he was supposed to inherit it, yes. But our inn has been passed down through my great-grandfather's generation. It's my family's legacy, not his. He contributed nothing to its actual management or growth, so it's only natural that Mr. Darcy was angry. He's a man of integrity and sharp business acumen, and seeing your disrespectful attitude at the wedding just now, he wouldn't want his son, who's supposed to inherit his company, to marry such an ill-mannered person, would he? He's witnessed your behavior firsthand, and it's a direct reflection of your character. His company's reputation, his son's future, would be jeopardized by an alliance with someone as unrefined and thoughtless as you. They're saying the wedding is cancelled. What should I do? This is a nightmare. Everything is falling apart. My wedding, my future, my entire life is in ruins. What do you expect me to do? I can't do anything about it. You were the one who ignored me, cursed me, and kicked me out, remember? I told you you should take responsibility for your words, didn't I? I told you this would happen. I warned you, but you chose to disregard my words, to treat me with contempt. Goodbye, my former daughter. Mom, please, let's talk properly. The wedding was cancelled. It's the worst, and the marriage might be off too. This is a disaster. Mom, please, can't you talk to him? You know, Todd's father, don't you? Please, just tell him I didn't mean it, that it was all a misunderstanding. Who is this? We are strangers now, aren't we? You declared me irrelevant, unwanted, and now you come crawling back, expecting me to pick up the pieces of your shattered dreams? You're just like Dad, exactly like him, always changing your tune when it suits you, always manipulating the situation to your advantage. The point is, you're an adult now. You're no longer a child who can blame her mistakes on ignorance. You chose to believe your father's lies, didn't you? You always believed what he said. You had more opportunities to talk to him, to clarify things, than you did with me, who was always busy with work. So you had no choice but to believe him, right? Is that what you're saying? But anyway, right now, my future is at stake. I'll be in trouble if the marriage falls through. What will you do about it? Don't you love your daughter? Help me. I'm your flesh and blood, Mom. How can you just abandon me like this? The time when you were cute is long over. As of today, you are completely a stranger to me. So you have to try your best on your own. You chose this. You pushed me away. You made it clear that I was no longer needed, no longer wanted. And now you expect me to rush to your aid? That's incredibly irresponsible of you, isn't it? Do you think it's okay to act like that? To treat your own mother with such disdain and then demand her help when you're in trouble? Your sense of entitlement is truly breathtaking. All right, let me ask you then, why is the marriage likely to fall through? What is the specific reason for this looming disaster? I want to hear your analysis, your understanding of the situation. Well, it's because you're saying you're cutting ties with me, Mom. That's why. It's your fault, all of it. And that's why Todd is being scolded by his parents. They're furious with him, and it's all because of your actions. Your stubborn refusal to act like a normal family member. And who was the cause of that? Think about it carefully. Wasn't it your father, the root cause of this entire mess? He set this chain of events in motion, and you willingly participated. So, the blame lies squarely with him, and with you for being so easily manipulated. It's not my fault, yet I'm being blamed. After you left the venue, Todd's father, who learned the truth about the situation, became furious. He suddenly started saying incomprehensible things to Todd, like how his business couldn't operate without my cooperation, and it seems he didn't like my attitude, how I conspired to ignore you. Todd's mother called me ill-mannered and blamed me too. She told me I had no respect, no sense of proper etiquette. What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to fix this. This is a complete disaster, and it's all because of your stubborn refusal to act like a normal mother. I think what his parents are saying is correct. You were indeed ill-mannered and your actions were deplorable. It's true that I was cooperating with Mr. Darcy's company. As parents, wouldn't they be disappointed? Deeply disappointed? Todd, their son, was completely oblivious to the crucial business relationship between our families, a relationship I diligently maintained. He allowed himself to be swayed by your childish antics, by your malicious attempts to ostracize me. This demonstrates a profound lack of awareness, a shocking ignorance of the intricate web of connections that govern their family's success. Any responsible parent would be disheartened to see such a critical lapse in judgment in their heir. And that's not all. It was my wedding, but because of the weird atmosphere, all the other guests left. Of course, the wedding was canceled. But because of that, Todd's parents are also furious with me. They're screaming at me, telling me I've ruined everything. This is all your fault, Mom. All of it. You caused this entire mess. That's just the natural outcome, isn't it? What did you expect when you created such a scene? But Todd didn't know, so it's not his fault, right? He was just caught in the crossfire. Even if Todd didn't know about my influence, for him to be swayed by your words and completely ignore me without understanding the situation, That's still incredibly irresponsible, wouldn't you say? Especially if he's going to inherit the company and become president in the future. I have doubts whether such an irresponsible person can handle it. Therefore, I've decided not to provide any further funding to Mr. Darcy's business. My financial support, which was crucial to their operations, will cease immediately. This is a direct consequence of your son's poor judgment and your family's lack of respect. He needs to learn that actions have consequences, and that a leader must be discerning and well-informed. This is a harsh lesson, perhaps, but a necessary one for his future. What? That's only going to make the situation worse, isn't it? My God, Mom, what are you thinking? You're going to destroy everything. My marriage, Todd's business, everything. How can you be so utterly heartless? You understand that, do you? Finally, you're starting to see things a little more clearly. It seems the severity of the situation is finally registering with you. So, what should I do? Mom, you're not going to help me, are you? You're just going to leave me to fend for myself? After all this, you're still abandoning me? Please understand that you no longer have a mother. You brought this upon yourself as a result of your naive choices. It's too late to regret your foolishness now. You made your bed, and now you must lie in it. You chose to believe lies, to act with malice, and to cast aside the very person who supported you. There are no do-overs, no second chances for such profound betrayals. So, embrace the consequences of your actions, for they are entirely your own. Wait a minute, Mom. Even if you contact me, I won't offer any help now. Why don't you try to think for yourself for a bit? Consider who supported your life until now. Think about how you've lived your life up to this point. Take this opportunity to reflect, to truly understand the impact of your actions. It's a chance for you to finally grow up, to become a responsible adult. So goodbye. Please try to become independent on your own. Good luck.
Hey! What was that all about yesterday? I was humiliated at the wedding too, you know. What was your intention? And what do you mean I can't come home? This is my inn, isn't it? My property!
Since when did you have that understanding? Since when did you believe this was solely your inn? It's astonishing, really, your warped perception of reality.
What are you trying to say? Are you denying my ownership? What kind of nonsense is this? I've always been the head of this establishment, the patriarch.
This inn has always been built by my family, passed down through generations. It's been in my lineage since the beginning, long before you entered the picture. So, it's only natural for you to leave, isn't it? You're an outsider, a temporary guest who overstayed his welcome. You never truly understood the history, the legacy, the sacrifices that went into building this place. You simply reaped the benefits without contributing anything of substance.
Do you honestly think you can kick me out? Are you truly delusional enough to believe you have that power? I am the husband, the man of the house. You can't just displace me.
Of course, I manage all aspects of the inn's operations and the property's registration. You were merely a nominal owner, a title without substance. You were the face, perhaps, but I was the brains, the hands, the heart that kept this place running. You contributed nothing to its actual management, its growth, or its survival. You simply enjoyed the prestige without undertaking any of the responsibility. You can confirm with the other executives if you like. Asking them whether to keep me or you would be too foolish a question to be answered by anyone. They all know the truth. They know who really runs this establishment. You're an empty suit, a figurehead whose time has run out.
Then what about my assets? What about my money, my possessions? You can't just take everything!
Assets? What are you talking about now? What assets are you referring to? Are you claiming to have some hidden fortune I'm unaware of?
My assets, of course! What's happened to them? You're not seriously planning to take all of my assets, are you? You wouldn't dare! I'm the owner of this inn! I've worked for this! I've built this!
You never seem to understand, do you? You're just a name, nothing more. You actually had nothing to do with the management. In fact, you were the one who was squandering our assets, weren't you? You were taking funds, diverting them for your own personal use, weren't you? Even if you had any assets, they would likely be used to pay for the alimony. And believe me, the amount will be substantial.
What? Alimony? What are you talking about? What divorce? What legal proceedings are you referring to? Are you threatening me?
You were planning to announce a new partner at our daughter's wedding. How shameless and foolish can one man be? You actually thought people would be happy if you announced a mere affair at a wedding, didn't you? Only a fool like you would be happy. No, wait. It's probably useless to ask a fool if they're a fool. You're beyond reason, beyond comprehension. Your lack of common sense, your utter disregard for social norms, is truly astounding.
What? Well, fine, whatever. If you want to claim alimony, do it. But you know the term asset division, don't you? The money you think is yours is also mine. I'll take half of the inn's money, too. You won't get away with taking everything.
Do you really think I would have married you without anticipating something like this? Do you honestly believe I'm so naive, so foolish that I would enter into a lifelong commitment without considering all contingencies? I didn't marry you without any preparation, obviously. Of course, you haven't forgotten about the prenuptial agreement we signed before the marriage, have you?
Prenuptial agreement? I don't remember any such thing. That was ages ago. Almost 30 years ago, wasn't it? That's ancient history. It's surely invalid by now.
To be precise, it was 25 years ago, and it has no expiration date. It's still fully valid and enforceable. I've already called our corporate lawyer, and we're discussing this. I've also gathered evidence of your infidelity beforehand. The lawyer will be contacting you shortly regarding the alimony claim, so be prepared and wait for it.
That's impossible. I won't get a single penny. I thought this was my inn. And you've been collecting evidence of my affair, so you knew? You knew all along?
Unlike you, I'm not a fool. I've known about your affairs for years. I've been preparing for a divorce all this time. I wanted to attend Lucy's wedding pretending to be a harmonious couple, to give her that one day, that one beautiful memory, free from the sordid reality of our lives. But your brainwashing of her ran deeper than I imagined. As a result, I've decided to cut ties with her as well. She's so deeply entrenched in your manipulative lies that I see no other recourse. It's heartbreaking, but necessary.
How could you abandon your own daughter? You're cold, Brenda. Utterly cold!
I don't want to hear that from you, the one who created the cause of all this. I thought it would be better to cut ties for now. She needs to become more independent, don't you think? And she needs to understand the consequences of making an enemy of me. After that, I had finally rid myself of my troublesome family and was at last a free woman. I knew that some of these decisions would have to be made soon, but I didn't expect everything to come to a head all at once. Mr. Darcy reached out to me and told me he had asked Todd to step down as his successor in order to get back into my good graces. I told him that I would provide funding to his company on a provisional basis. All I can say now is that I am pleased to be free of my horrid family. I just hope that I can move on quickly and look forward to my new life as a free woman. As for my family, I just hope that they can one day learn to pull their heads out of their rear ends and take responsibility for their lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.